Hey, everybody. We've made it to the holiday season. And as always, we're trying to bring you some of the coolest gift ideas for you and your family. Things that are actually going to get you better while having fun and things you can use anytime, anywhere. And as you know, our title sponsor, NHL Sensorina, has just released NHL Sensorina 26, the new season. It's here, and it's the most complete off-ice training system ever built. Again, players and goalies can train with real NHL players now inside the app. Jumping into 3v3 full season games, you can build your own team rosters, collect player profiles. It's a really fun and realistic VR hockey experience. And remember, we talked about this too. You've seen myself use it and my son. The new Dangle Pro stick handling mode. I'm not going to lie to you. This is something I wish I had as a kid. It's really cool. You use a real stick and a real puck, and your head is up. You can do it in your living room, in your garage, wherever you want to do it. And then for goalies, the all-new Game Flow mode delivers nonstop shots from real shooters from programs like UConn, BU, the U.S. National Development Program, Little Caesars, and they have AI players keeping rebounds in play for 3 full periods of a game. It's amazing. Again, we put some videos out already of us using that. You got to check it out. Again, annual memberships right now are 50% off for the holidays. That's the best deal you're going to get, starting at just $29 a month. And you can save an extra $25 if you use our code OKPH at checkout. Again, that's OKPH at checkout at hockey.sensorina.com/OKPH. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great tool to train your kids. And I'm not going to lie, you're going to jump into it as well if you're a parent or a coach or someone who loves this game. Now let's get you into something else you love, this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world. Welcome to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. It's Lee and Mike with you today. And, we're coaches, and something we wanted to talk to you about was how to have a macro view of the ice. All right, now, what do we mean by that, right? I think in the game, especially in youth hockey, you can get lost in a zone or lost on one play that created a goal, caused a problem, caused a penalty. And what we want you to do as coaches is zoom out and see everything that led to a goal, right? Because goals typically don't start right in the house. They end in the house inside your own zone. Goals typically start at the other end of the ice or on a blue line or something going wrong in the neutral zone. And your ability as a hockey player to see that is going to make you such a better hockey player to be aware of that. And again, I'll just start with this example. Far blue line turnovers are detrimental to every team in hockey. We don't focus on this enough as coaches, in my opinion, kids, but the turnover at the far blue line, the play that wasn't made, typically turns into a chance at the other end, right? And what do? We blame the goalie? No, we don't blame the goalie. We have to look at this as the 5 players on the ice or the players on the ice at the time of the goal and what went wrong. But take that macro view. And also, and I'm going to throw this to Mike in a second, when you watch NHL highlights, which are wonderful, I'm not telling you not to. It's great to see some of the best players in the world make amazing plays. Just know, and this is not a guess, kids, there's 100% chance that play started way before the clip started, okay? With players who understand how the 360 version of the ice, what is it, 200 by 80, Mike, how that works, right? Because it's important to have that macro view. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think a lot of us as coaches will talk about like hockey IQ as part of that. But I often, with all players that I work with now, I tend to really fall more on like situational awareness. Like there's times when pucks have to get deep and when they don't, there's times when you have to hold on to a puck longer and not. And that's where all this stuff develops. So I think as a player, looking at the bigger picture, saying, okay, we're on a penalty kill. I'm at the end of that penalty kill. I've been on the ice for a minute and 30 seconds. Yes, I have a really good chance of breaking down the boards. But situationally, I might want to put that puck in a safe place and get off the ice and live another day. That's where coaches go crazy. And that's where we want players to be able to see, like, okay, I have to look at the bigger view of this game rather than that small little 5-second mark. And it's our job as coaches to protect you. Like we want to teach you that, okay, yes, I guess that would have been a great play, but what if it's not? And if it's not, and you get a goal scored against you, and somebody says, well, you were on the ice for 1 minute and 40 seconds and you produced nothing offensively, and now you're a negative for us. So I think that's where, when players have to look at the bigger picture and say, well, how am I, by me doing this here, it's helping my teammates here. And that's hard to do when you're a player, because as a player, you want to play. But situational awareness, hockey IQ, macro, micro, look at all those things in the frame of how is this helping me get from one end of the ice to the other, and how am what I'm doing here affecting what happens down there?
Mike, I love that you use the words situational awareness. I'm actually jealous that I didn't think of that before you did, because it's 100% correct, right? The ability to grow that skill set is everything. And you gave such great examples here. I'm going to give other examples, right? from goaltenders all the way out. Goalies sometimes playing the puck in a situation where they should freeze it. The situational awareness of understanding, okay, this line's been out there for 1 minute and 10 seconds and they need a change.
Yeah.
But if you play it there, there's no awareness there. And that is a macro view of the ice from a goaltending position. Or there's just been 5 chances against you. Cover the puck. You got to understand those situations. Here's another big one. The D rush up the ice, both of them, right? And the forwards don't get back to cover, or one of the 2 D should not have rushed up with the other D. That's a great way to turn the puck over on the other end and get a shot against, right? And then from a forward standpoint, Mike, I love the example you just brought up. I'm going to expand upon it. Going 1-on-3 for no reason when you should just dump the puck. All right, kids, I'm going to tell you, and we coach a lot of youth hockey here. If you are able to break through a 1-on-3, I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to look awesome. And you're going to look awesome. You might get a great shot on net. You might even score and get a highlight for yourself. It happens 1 out of every 20 times for most kids. The other 19 times, there's a bad turnover. And I'd say 50% of those result in a shot against. It's not the right play. And your awareness of that, or understanding you have another player you can pass to or dump it in and go around everybody, to not be, and I remember this word, kids, to not be a liability is important. Because when you get older, and when I say older, I mean kind of 14 and up, and the 14-year-olds up listening to this probably are nodding. If you're a liability, coach won't play you. We won't play you because we don't want liabilities on the ice. Again, a liability is someone who's likely to make a mistake. That's what that word means in hockey. Okay? You can practice not being a liability very early on in your hockey career by making smart plays and not forcing plays that make no sense. Mike said it too. It's really hard. You want to play. You want to make those moves. You want to be a spectacular player. We want you to be a spectacular player. But there's a time and a place. And you've heard it. It's like the Michie, guys. The Michie. It's not the shot every single shot. There's a very specific time when a Michigan makes sense. And it's very, very, very rare. You got to know when to do it. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, it's why we look as coaches, players, and we see, you could say, well, I scored 5 goals today. Yeah, but you were on the ice for 7.
Yeah.
So again,
not good.
so it's great that you're scoring 5. I love it, but you can't. But situationally, and just the macro view of what the team is. Sometimes we got to win games 2-1. Sometimes we have to, dump a puck in on a breakaway because I'm at the end of my legs. I can't move, and I have to understand that. Yes, if I just get in the zone and I'm stuck in there, my team now is on the defense. Right. And all I had to do was put that puck behind somebody. And we're starting to see it. I mean, the NHL is a great, petri dish for this and look at this because they're learning, right? The NHL players are now learning on that, especially when you watch like 3-on-3 overtime. That is the ultimate situational awareness. I don't need to go in there. Like you'll hear, you'll see a player down near the goal line and they'll skate out of the zone into their zone and reset because they'll know they have 2 players on the ice that need to get off. So it's all these. It's your job as you're evolving as a player to understand that if I look at the bigger picture of a game, I can help my team more by being a smarter player at the right times than just being an aggressive player at the wrong times.
Well, Mike, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I put that. You put that perfectly. I think you put that perfectly. And this was a great little mini episode, kids. Again, we're coaches. We're kind of talking to you as coaches right now. This isn't just mom and dad kind of yelling at you, but start to learn to see the game from a macro point of view. Start to understand that situational awareness is a major hockey skill that will make us as coaches put you on the ice. We look for those kids that can read the play. All right. And understand too, highlights are great. We're not telling you not to have a lot of fun out there, but understand the skill sets here of situational awareness and where that plays in your game. All right, kids, that's going to do it for this edition of the Ride to the Rink. Remember, no matter where you're at in your hockey journey, we believe in you. You should too. Have fun, skate hard, and get better. We'll see you in the next episode of the Ride to the Rink. Take care, everybody.